Okay, hello, hello. This works. Uh, okay. Um, right. The fuck? Huh, interesting. Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome, welcome. I did a little bit of work of stream. Imagine that. And yeah, today I guess I'll just gonna keep improving the log view, and maybe we'll even be done with it for now. Who knows? Hello, Saitama. Hello, hello. Holy code. It is indeed holy. Right, so what do you want to do? Well, I did a couple things, right? First, I made it so that the log sub window expands and shrinks together with the window. Hey, my name's TJ. Hello, welcome to the stream. Second thing is that I split log onto like title and details. So it's just very dumb split by new line character. Now what the fuck is this? I wonder what's that. This is probably like a string arena leaking or something. I wonder what's that. Hey Patrick, hello. What are you working on? So this is a keyboard remapper program. It just lets you remap keys, right? So for example, oh, I broke it, but like caps lock to control, for example. Let me, yeah, the view, but yeah, let me make it work again so I can demonstrate it. So for example, you can remap like caps lock to control, and now it's like system-wide caps lock to control remap. You can also have different ways of remapping. For example, they can override each other, right? They can override like each other but without represses, and they can also cancel each other out. This is mostly for games, and you can also have like profiles for different games, right? So uh right, something like this, and you can add like mappings for Fortnite. Yeah, I will eventually support mouse buttons and also controllers. That's the goal. That is the goal, yes. But I'm focusing on keyboard now. Adding mouse is trivial. I mean, mouse buttons, that is. If you want to map stuff to mouse motions, that's a little bit harder, but also possible. Yeah, so I am trying to make this program good, right? UI is, as you can see, like a programmer's art, but I'm just kind of using it to get things going. Eventually, I'll nuke this whole thing and remake it. Anyway, let me break it again. So I'm breaking it so that I can work on this log display the way it shows log errors, and I can click on error and maybe it will show me some details and stuff like that. Yeah. Right, so why is this happening, I wonder? The fuck is this? Why it goes in circles? Hmm. Uh, so draw, this is the wrong file. Draw log window, there you have it. And the way I did it now is, so some of my log messages are long. I just split them by new line character and then draw the title as the log, and then if like there is a details, I would probably let you display details as well for specific distro OS. So at the moment, Windows version is shipped. You can like download and use it. And Linux version is something that I'm not shipping yet, and I'm working on Linux support right now. Like it works. I'm using this program for like a long time, but I want to make it usable not only for me but for other people as well. So yeah, Linux and Windows for now. Um, do you think it'd be something in AUR or Git? Um, for now, it's just executables that I ship on GitHub releases, so you can actually check it out. Oh, my bot is dead. 1 second, let me launch it. There you go. Yes, so that's about it. But I'll probably create like an each page or something, so just so you don't have to go to GitHub if you don't care about the code, right? So for now, it is what it is. I don't plan to put it on AUR or something. I don't plan to maintain any like OS packages for it. I will just package a zip archive with executable and maybe with some libraries it depend on, and you just unarchive it, set like executable flag, like +x chmod +x, and run it, and hopefully it will work. Yeah, that's the idea at least. And so why are my logs cooked? If it's on Git, you can probably make a recipe for it to compile it. I mean, it's written in Jai, right? So if you want to compile it, you need access to the compiler, which at the moment is problematic because it isn't closed beta. It does have recipe to compile it, right? If you have access to Jai compiler, you can just compile it, right? It has build a Jai. There you go. You only need, this is all you need to compile the program. So if you have access to the compiler, you can compile it. Otherwise, well, no luck. You're out of luck. So why would it be broken, I wonder? Let me maybe not do this and just do it that message. And see if it's still broken. Oh yeah, it's still cooked. Look at this. I wonder why. I'm not a programmer, I'm just casual Linux user, so I don't know. Yeah, I see. Yeah. So the way it works on Linux is that usually software authors, they provide a way to build like the compile stuff from source, or they like shipped binaries, and then each individual package like distribution, so Ubuntu, Arch, whatever, they just go into the source repo and they make up their own build scripts that are compatible with their distribution, so that later you can do like sudo pacman-s or like yai or paru or whatever like AUR helper you use. Sometimes package authors provide like pre-made, like package build for Arch, but it's not very common. So why would that happen? Portage or simple make recipes, yeah. Hmm. Maybe log string goes out of bounds. Let me maybe put like a count or something. Like just print. And just to see how it looks like. So, oh my god. Message count 223, title count 29. So now all of them are cooked. Interesting. Why is that? So something bad happens here. I surely hope split from left doesn't do anything shady. Surely it doesn't, right? Um, okay, find the index from left. And then a separator, which is this. If it doesn't find anything, it returns the original string and then an empty string for details, which is fine. Otherwise, it slices. So slice is non-destructible. Oops. So s0 to index, and then s index plus separator that count. Oh, I actually don't need to do it as a character. I can just put a string here. I just realized. So no, it should be totally fine though. So for I start count equals slice. Yeah, I don't know. Data plus index count. Yeah, I'm not sure why would it break. It could break, I guess, if other string like writes on top of it. I don't know. It really shouldn't. Hmm. Right, so this is all good. And now boom. Yeah, now it's like totally cooked. Look at this. Also, I just realized it can't actually be real, that message count should not be. I see what's going on. So in my display log, the way I do it is you see I cannot trim log errors. I trim them up to 100 characters. But then I also changed the count. So that's weird. So this, right? So look at it. I trim the original message. I create new log string. So this is just mem copies one string to another. Then I get 100 bytes from the pool. I mem copy those bytes. This is the bug right here. I should clamp message count up to 100. Holy shit. Yeah, this should be clamp. Um, or no, not clamp. It's not really clamp. It can be just like min of message count and 100. There you go. This is the bug fix. Hey tool, привет, привет. Now we should be like chilling. Yeah, there you go. You see, it's clamped. There is actually uppercase min too. Yeah, there you go. I mean, as you can see, this is kind of a hack, right? So the way I did it, Erk Meridian Jai. I mean, come on, right? It is just basic like module. If you don't want, you literally don't have to use it. You can just alias or create your own, do whatever you need. It's not like it's a standard like stdlib that you need to learn and swear by. I um I remember when I started programming, I also used to be really bothered by naming conventions. I was like very big on, coding styles and like PEP 8 and formatters and stuff like that. Um, but at some point, I think when I started working on PHP code bases, uh, I like realized how futile it is because in PHP, there's just no such thing as naming conventions. And I guess I just got relaxed. Oh, thanks for, I guess, 10 stream streaks. Ah, for every day, for each day. Maybe turn some music on. Right, so let's maybe fix that. Why I put a 100 limit, 100 bytes limit? This is because I want I want my display log to be sort of like a circling buffer, and I just haven't found a better way to properly reset it. Right, so imagine if strings are of the same length, you just write, you go to the end, then you switch back and you can write from the start. Right. But if all of your strings are different length, so let's say you go to the end and then you need to reset. What if your new string are bigger than old string? Then when you will override it, you will also step on the second string. So what are you even doing? Are you just replacing two of them? Like what's the deal here? And then when you want to write a new string, what if it's also kind of big? Then you will replace few more strings? Like, what are you even doing in this case? Write a C project with a few libraries and you'll be met with the different naming conventions for each. I don't like Nazi compilers enforcing a certain style, but I get why they do it. Oh no. Prayers for tools internet. But yeah, I totally get it. Especially on when I do stuff on Windows. I'll just show you. Right, so when you program for Windows, you have stuff like caps lock types. Then you have JAI naming convention, which is underscore. Then you get last error from Win32 API. Then you get stuff like this, so procedures are uppercased, right? On top of that, you have camel cased, like where are those? Where something uppercase. I guess I've unuppercased everything I found. For example, here, like by default, it would be called like lparam like this, right? So I just kind of changed it myself. If we go here, so yeah, look at this. This is just like kind of this crap. I just copied verbatim. That's why those are not. So yeah, especially on Win32 API, you just have to deal with stuff like this. And yeah, you can wrap it, right? You can wrap it in your own procedures, functions, blah, blah, blah. It's just, why, it's just, Then there you have this. So you have shell, which is, it's kind of like Pascal case, but then here you have like, so it's not shell like notify icon like W or icon W, it's literally like this. It mixes Pascal case and then normal, like, how do you call it? I forgot how you call it, this one, like Python thing. So yeah. Yes. So I just, at some point, you just whatever, man, like people gonna do this shit. So I just, at some point I just relaxed. I don't know why. It just doesn't bother me anymore. Yeah, when I write my own code, I kinda try to be consistent, But when I have to work with third-party code and when I have to interface with operating system, I just don't give a fuck anymore. I am free of this shit. Let me put my phone on charge. I'm like a bit cooked today. I was a babysitter. I let my wife a bit of a rest, and she got to like have some fun with her like friends, other moms. Yeah, so I was babysitting today and doing like cooking and then doing like laundry and then doing dishes. So I'm like physically exhausted. So we'll see how today will go. How could we fix this situation? The way we could approach it is just, you know, fuck it. You know, if it writes over, it writes over. It's harsh. Yeah, I mean, kind of. We have like a lot of progress, right? So we have this log stuff. Now you can click on logs and it will execute like log handler. So in this case, it just opens rules, right? Like logger window, it like stretches, and now we want to do something more intelligent than just cutting the lines and then maybe display some details. Yeah, so we actually there was like a lot of progress. 1 second. Okay, my mom got a VPN connection. She's very happy about it. Yeah, now like 50, like 60-year-old like grandmas all like have VPNs in Russia, and they're like super hacking in terms of like computer knowledge. This is something Europeans will have to do as well, very soon. When like online, you know, digital ID thing will get like will get enforced. All fucking Brits will have to learn about VPN. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. They will travel our road. The same way as we travel road of our Chinese brothers. So now when you go to like set up some VPN that is able to pass like Chinese and Russian censorship, those tools don't really have good English language docs. They only have like first-class documentation in Chinese and in Russian. This just tells you something about the context of those tools, right? And if you look at the contributors, it's like Chinese and Russian dudes. And if you open issue tracker on GitHub, like the issues are all either in Chinese or in Russian. So yeah. Yeah, and I just happen to be native in one of those languages. But yeah, when like when Brits will go and I have to set this up, they will have to do some like translation work for sure. I took a look at the English like docs and they suck. Yeah. They fucking suck. And since they suck, AI is not very good at setting those up, right? I tried like Claude to set like X-ray plus reality VPN, and it made so many mistakes. I just had to suck it up and go read like docs myself, like in Russian, and adjust like errors. Just simply because English docs are either outdated or straight up incorrect. So yeah. So yeah, how do we do it? How do people in generally do like string arenas? How are they doing it? So like you push strings of variable length, and then what do you even do? So like you push, then your arena out of memory, and you don't want to push more. You like want to reset it and start pushing from the beginning. But how do you deal with variable size length? And you can't really block. You don't want to block and wait until everything gets like consumed, because it might not even get consumed, because here, for example, I have like a buffer of 50 logs before it gets reset. They can, yeah, but it's not just arena, because I don't only bump, I also reset it. So the stupidest thing, the very stupidest thing I can do, I can just reset the entire arena, right? And I can just nuke those strings from here. Which probably not a very good thing to do. You probably want to just override these, right? Bump those. Yeah, they kind of have the same lifetime, but it's not about lifetime. It's more about how do I put new things onto arena from the start without necessarily destroying old things. And at the same time, I want to keep strings like contiguous. Maybe that's my fundamental mistake. I don't maybe want to have strings contiguous. Maybe it's fine for me to just allocate strings just on the general heap. I can have headers contiguous, right? This log string, like this metadata can be contiguous on the arena, but maybe the strings themselves are not. It's just when I reset, ways of combining arenas with linked list. Yeah, I see what you mean. So yeah, I see what you mean. So I can have these contiguous memory log strings, which is kind of a metadata on top of the string, and then it points to the string, and those strings can be allocated. Those can be in a linked list. So then when I reset, I know which string to free, kind of. Yeah, I know which string to free, and I know which one is next. Well, in this case, I don't even need a linked list. I can just allocate strings in a general, like. Hey Alex, welcome. So the way I have it now is I have a fixed size arena. Well, it is fixed size, but it grows as I commit memory. But it can't grow beyond like 4K at the moment. So the way I have it now is that as soon as it gets to 4K, it keeps the committed memory, but it drops, it like resets the pointer, right? So it can allocate from start. And it works for me now because I just set every string on the arena up to 100 bytes. Yeah, it is a circular buffer, pretty much. Yes, it is a circular buffer. And it works nicely because every string that I allocate is up to like 100 bytes. So I can freely reset it and start writing from start, because I know I'm not gonna like step onto the next string if my new string happens to be bigger, because it never does. But now you see I have logs that are bigger, and so I just cut them up. And so I'm thinking, how do I better approach it? And yeah, so far I'm thinking that I will just keep display logs on this arena because they are of the same size, but then maybe allocate strings on the heap. And so when I reset, then I can just free the string that I write on top of. I can just do this, right? So instead of just doing that, I can maybe like first check if there is already something, and then if there is something, I just free its string and then put a new one, which means that yeah, every store will happen together with free, which is kind of stupid. Another thing I can do is I can allocate those strings not on the arena, I can allocate them on temporary storage, which is a separate arena that actually has overflow pages, which means I don't need to reset it, I just need to periodically free the temporary storage. And I can free the temporary storage, at which point I can free it? Well, at the moment I freed every frame I draw. But this also means that I need to populate them every frame as well. Which is kind of dumb. And now I like persist them between frames. What's the name of the soundtrack? Hey, Kantin King? So this is a soundtrack from old Russian video game called Space Rangers. So yeah, like, and this one is Space Rangers 2. So there are like 1 and 2 instances of the series, and both have pretty cool OST. Yeah, so I'm thinking about just when I reset, I'm just gonna start freeing old strings. Which kind of sucks, it's like this is my first time here, so I have no idea what's going on, but is there a reason you can't just give the strings their own growing arena? Is there a condition not well defined? Yeah, this particular track is this one. The issue with the reset is that when you reset the arena, all strings could still be like displayed in the UI. So reset is defined for one particular string, but it's not defined for the arena, like for the arena, how do I put it? For the entire arena, you know what I mean? Just play it. Yeah, this is the YouTube link, and if you want the previous one, just in case it was the previous one, it's this one. Hey Valigo, I just saw you are also in the Focus Editor Discord. Are you using Focus Editor as your main code editor? Hey FIPADev. No, I'm not using it as my main code editor. I tried for a while. I even contributed to Focus, but it's just the way. So the way Focus is kind of targeted is kind of like VS Code Lite, and I am more of a like Emacs guy. So there's just kind of incompatible approaches. You know what I mean? So I'm not using Focus as my main editor now. Even though I think it's a cool editor. If you can compare this language closest to another language, what would it be? I don't have much exposure to Jai. Hello? This is like a message on YouTube. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name. I have to apologize. I guess I can call you Dani. The closest language to this. I don't know. I don't really think there are languages like this. You know, it's hard to tell. Like, it is a systems level language, so you can compare it to like C. Yeah, I don't know, hey Tris, I wouldn't call it like Odin. The only thing that Jai and Odin have in common is this syntax to define const versus non-const, so double colon, and the fact that both of them have context, like thread local context. That's like about it, really. So the similarity is very like superficial syntax, right? Odin is super different in its approach. So I would say comparing Jai to Odin is like a trap. You know what I mean? Thanks, I joined the herd that track and really like it. I wanted to add it. Yeah, I see, yeah. Well, I'm glad you found it. I went from VS to VSC to JetBrains Rider and Sublime Text. I want a better VS Code like idea. Yeah, then maybe Focus is for you. Maybe Focus, or maybe you can try Zed, I don't know. Odin is procedural. Yeah, this is also procedural language. Hey Phoenix, by the way, Jai is also very procedural. Well, very procedural. It is procedural language. So it doesn't have classes. It doesn't have like weird ass, like, how do you call it? Like built-in functional style, like chaining, you know, like pipe operators. Jai doesn't have any of this. Hey Dunka, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, I hope you're doing well. Haven't been streaming in a while, huh? Just taking a rest, or, you know. Oftentimes it matters more how people actually program in a language rather than how similar the language. This is true, but you know, if language is procedural, there is not much ways you can program in it. It has anonymous functions and methods. Jai doesn't have methods. Jai does have simple lambdas. They are non-capturing, by the way. In Odin versus Jai, I think Gingibil got some ideas from John Blow early streams, had different ideas. Yeah. So I think there was definitely some inspiration, right? For example, the syntax, right? But I think people are very wrong who try to compare languages directly. They're super different. I'm busy editing stuff. Nice. So we will have a new banger on Dunka YouTube channel soon. I can't wait. Actually, I like unironically like you YouTube, by the way. I'm not just like memeing around. But yeah. You know, so Alex actually asked an interesting question, you know, is there a clear reset condition? I just realized there is not. I mean, there is, but I'm just there is a clear reset condition for each individual log string, but I don't want to reset an entire buffer because I want it to kind of slide like circle. So I like add a new one, and so old one pops. Like, the way I am achieving it now is that I actually start writing from the beginning, and then when I display my log, I sort it by timestamp. So it's a little bit of a cheating situation. And even though I reset the arena like counters, the rest of the memory is still valid. It's still on the arena. That's why I can display it without it being broken. About Ark Raiders free weekend. Holy shit. I hope there will be a lot of talking so I can watch it as a podcast or some shit. Or at least on like a second monitor, you know. So that's how it works currently, but maybe it's a wrong approach. Another approach I was thinking about is the way I can actually do it is I can unironically just delete the first entry, like mem move everything back by one and then add a new one if there is a place. That's also how I can do this. But I didn't want to do it because of the mem move. It's like stupid. I was just thinking, okay, maybe sorting it would be better. But now thinking about it, it's just all complicated, man. It's just complicated for no reason. Since I saw SOCD being covered in your Hitbox project, is it primarily for Hollow Knight or is it also fighting game? Any game. Yeah, any game. It's not like hard-coded to Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is just a case study. I know people use it for Fightcade. I had few issues for Fightcade. Well, I think they're like... Fightcade was just like removing my low-level keyboard hook or some shit. Street Fighter people like wrote me some emails. Obviously a lot of like Valorant, Apex Legends, Counter-Strike. So yeah, a bunch of different people use it. So it's not like tied to a particular game. Yeah, so I am leaning kind of towards just allocating strings on a general heap and then freeing them as we go. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. Very well. Yeah, let's mark and let's roll a window. What? Yeah, there you go. So here. So the way I do it here, I get the display log. Oh right, and another issue is that the display log gets populated by another thread and we are just reading it. Banger playing in the background reminds me of Street Fighter 3. I don't know when Street Fighter 3 came out, but Space Rangers came out like in 2001 or like 2000. So yeah. Let me remove this debug output. I fixed that issue during PS2 era. I mean, yes, it could be around the same time, right? Where like a particular style of electronic music was kind of like trendy in games, that is. Like Jungle, you know, like PS1 Jungle was kind of fading away at this point, but like ravey, I guess electronic music was the thing, was the shit. So yeah, let's go back here. And maybe instead of yeah, bye-bye, FIPDF. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. See you next time. Actually, I just realized I can't mem move it easily as well, because I can mem move back, just destroy the string. But what if I don't have enough space for the new string? What do I do then? Then I have to go back by two log strings. Actually, I can do it. So sometimes I will circle by more than one string, and like, so what? But I will still kind of get to store them on the same arena. I still have like a static memory allocation, because I don't want to just another issue. Let me step back a little bit. Another issue is that this memory is managed by a different thread, so I don't want to deal with like general allocator, like general heap allocator allocating in this thread, and then I'm like reading the memory in my other thread, and then this memory, like at some point, you know, gets like freed and stuff, and maybe I get like some invalid pointers because, you know, general allocator. But when I have a static arena, I know that memory is always here. Even when like pointers change around, I know for a fact I don't just override shit in this arena. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. And then this display log, I get to just store like pointers to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I'm overthinking it. I don't want to think about some fucking 5000 IQ memory. How do you call it? Like memory kind of storage schemes here. I want to just be simple here. So let me try a general heap approach, and we'll see how we'll like it. So I'm not gonna have this, and I'm not gonna have this. So what I'm going to have is that I have internal and I have a message. I can't just have the same message, because this message will definitely get erased by a logger stream. I actually want to copy it onto something that doesn't get erased in a completely different place. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just call copy string with a just like general allocator that I maybe don't care about. Right? Yeah, how about this? Copy string. And we copy message. And the way copy string works is it just uses, like, it just allocates string on whatever is context allocator. Yeah, and then we do this, and then internal that message equals copy. Let's call it copied message. Right, and we do this. And what we need to do is we get index. Let's get current log equals this, right? And then I guess if current log so message the, I guess current log message, that's what they probably care about, right? So let's take a look at log string. So look, no, it's actually in my code base here. So it has a message, this string. Everything else is just a bunch of sort of metadata on top of it. So that's what what I care about. So if it has a message, then what I need to do is I need to free the string on that message. Yeah, so just literally call free. Is there a special free string? Can I just call free on string? Free gets called on memory. Oh yeah, okay, there is an overload for string. We just literally calls free on its data. Nice, and there is an overload. I was thinking that there was an overload. Yeah, fine, I can just do this. And then we do that. So maybe that will work. That's what I was talking about, right? Let's try. Like it works, right? So now we will start getting big like error messages. Yeah, look at this. There you go. Now we have a full string. And I need to let it like reset. Let me make like 5 of them. So we circle around faster. So 3. This still works here. 4 and like 5. And now this will go away and this will become the first one. Bloop. Yeah. And then this one will become the first one. Bloop. Yeah. So it works, right? The real question is, do we leak memory when it happens? I don't think we do. Alright, so let's print like freeing all the log string message. So we're not freeing yet anything. So, and now next one will free. Boop, freeing old log string message. Nice. Now freeing. Freeing. Yeah, so this works now. Freeing, yeah, there you go. That's kind of the idea, and I guess log pool, I don't need it anymore, right? Ding, ding, ding. Do we like this solution? I mean, it's super simple, right? Okay, Leon. I'm just kind of making my log display better. I don't remember if you saw yesterday I made this like non-blocking. I can just click and the UI is not blocking and you like open stuff because we have like log handler that it goes through all of my logging machinery and shenanigans. I also like simplified off stream, but yeah, today I've simplified cursor loading. Now I don't need like hash table for preloaded cursors. Now it's just like a static array that you get access, that you access directly like from enum, which I think pretty cool. One hash table eliminated. Yes. Let me keep it like this for now. Notes, experimenting with allocating strings on a general heap. Keep this log as a reminder to come back to this problem. To problem of sliding log window eventually. There you go. Yeah, and I guess let me remove this, and remove this. Cool. And now what I want to do is I want to do log details. So the way I do it now is I just have a convention. I just decided on a convention that if a log message has more than 2 lines, the first line will act like as a title that will be displayed on a button. And then if you click on it, it will get like expanded and show you more text from the log. Kind of like this. I think it's pretty sensible. So this is how I do it. I kind of just, so kind of like git commit, right? With the exception that in git commit you need 2 lines, I think, between the body and the message. And in my case it's just 1 line ending. I think that's fine. And then details like if released, right? So I execute the log handler, and also I guess here like draw if details. I draw details. So, and I think if I recall correctly, there was like a text widget in GetRect. Oh, and by the way, I submitted a bug in GetRect today. 1 second. Today? Let me check. Yes, I did. Yeah. I wrote to John today that GetRect doesn't call like the overridden drop rogue for set cursor image, and I sent the patch, so hopefully it will get accepted in the next beta. We'll see. But yeah, for now, let me go back to GetRect, and there was a text widget here, right? Widget. The entire file. Yeah, I remember when I sent John an actual patch of X11 module, he was very unhappy. And so he went through the patch and like manually applied every like single part of it. So no, now I just send him like a snippet of code that needs to get pasted into another snippet of code because it's very isolated. So I probably next time I'm like not gonna send him patch. I will just send him a file and let him diff it in the way that he finds comfortable, right? Because apparently he doesn't like Git patches, or I guess like the regular like Unix patches. I'm not going to comment on that. But yeah. Tortoise enjoyer, yeah. How do I fucking... I remember there was, I think, a regular... Maybe it's a label, actually. Oh, maybe it's a label. Let me compile the example. Compile example and example. There you go. I really like the changes I made to my Emacs to just... I can just compile and run arbitrary Jai file and it says the working directory correctly. I'm super happy about it. This is why I want my text editor to be fucking arbitrary code executed so I can just do it like this. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. Also, why is it not loading? Oh, it's not loading cursors because it doesn't use my library. The way Linus does it, good old email. John is online. Is he streaming programming dev or like compiler dev, by the way, by any chance? Nice. Like, have you seen that? There were two widgets and they're just like fucking disappeared. Yeah, look at color picker. Oh, look at the color picker and the text. When I start resizing, yeah, just. Oh, this is a Firestar. No, some stupid. I see. He's gaming today. I mean, it's Sunday, right? So whatever. Cold. So. Yeah. So this is what I want. Yeah. I wonder if it's just a label or not. Look at this. It's responsive, by the way. Unlike WebSlop. My biggest gripe with it is just for some reason by default the size of a scroll bar depends on like window dimensions, like window height in particular. You see, so you see what I mean? Like the scroll bar gets thicker as the window gets taller. And that's like literally the default behavior of GetRect. Yeah. Anyway, so how do I do this? Like just regular text display. I thens something. Thens. Yeah, text field. Lines split. So it's literally label. Oh no, it's just draw text from simp. Okay. Yeah, so you get width, and then wait, where do you draw text? Ah, XY, so this is just like by coordinates. So there is no like a widget, like a text widget. You just need to do it a little bit manually. I see. Hey, Bzr. Yeah, it is crazy. It is a soundtrack from a very old Ukrainian game, by the way, called Firestarter. So literally does this like this. Let me show it to you. And the only place where you can get this game legally, as far as I am concerned, is GOG Firestarter. This is how it's called. It costs like $5.50, like $6. Yeah. And I mean, it is like a kind of boomer shooter, right? Just like, I mean, it is like 2003 shooter, right? As any other shooter from that era. But it has insane fucking soundtrack. The composer of the soundtrack, his name is Moose. It's the same guy who made soundtrack for original Stalker. And he, like, absolutely cooked. What the fuck? Why people are putting 1 stars? Okay, this is a bug. This is for a bug. They complaints about gameplay, like, fuck you. And the name is Stalin. But yeah, the music of this game is absolutely crazy. You can find it on YouTube. And as far as I know, it's like copyright free. Right? So it's just uploaded to YouTube and you can just use it in videos. And I don't think anyone can like copyright claim it or something. I don't actually know if Moose himself owns right to the music or GSC Game World, so Stalker and Firestarter devs own it. But whoever owns it, they just never claim it, which is very nice. But it's absolutely crazy OST. I cannot recommend it enough. If you like electronic music, you definitely will enjoy it. And there is like the quality of on YouTube is not super good, but you can also find flags of this OST online. I don't know if you still can, but I have them like archived forever. Hey Ahmed, hello, welcome. I see you're on YouTube today. Yeah, hello. Welcome. So yeah, let's shift plus scroll wheel. Really? It's for horizontal scrolling, this is. Now you're here, yeah. So I guess we will steal that. So what do we have? Font, lines. So we will split details by line. You know what? This is where we get into a beautiful world of line wrapping. Do I want to deal with this? You know what I mean? So, like when you... What? Bro, nice, because yeah, I need to reset the current working directory. Right, so, like imagine me clicking on the details and a widget appears here that draws you a line from the log, and then you would expect this line to wrap, so it also always kind of fits. Right? I was joking about writing my text editor. Why does Jai not have array slice syntax? Jai, I guess, doesn't like to have like functionality that can be user space hidden behind the syntax. So the way, as I remember it, right, it's the same reason why Jai doesn't have native hash map syntax. That's why you can't do stuff like in Jai, right? Because it can have like a slice built into language and has syntax for it. But if you want to implement your own slice, now you feel like you're not like first class citizen, right? Now you will still have to do that. Like, what if built-in slice doesn't do something you want? You know? So I guess John just decided to not add syntax for stuff like this. So I think the motivation is the same as behind not having a native like hash table syntax in the language. It's just because if it's a like simple function, it's like a simple function. I know you can like ad absurdum this, right? Then why do you have like assignment when you can call like mem copy everywhere? But you know, let's not get into it. Could you implement? I mean, yes, it is implemented in user space. You just call it like slice, you know, your array and then like 0.5. Something like this. There you go. Or is it like array view, something like that? There you go, you have a slice. Same thing. Yeah, there you go. So literally. Yeah. But that's it. It's like implemented in user space. Doesn't it have all of them already? Static array, slice. Yeah, that's the terminology issue, right? Because this is not a slice. This is array view. And slice is when you're slicing an existing array view and you get another array view. So the way Bzr talks about it is, you know, slice as in as a verb, not as a noun, you know, as an operation. So how do you wrap text? So we have lines. We do this, so story rect, cut bottom, font default line spacing. This is kind of between the line interval. Ah, never mind. So this is for a label that says... Yeah, it is a bit confusing, I agree. So color, whatever, pad, whatever. Scroll bar. Region, scroll bar width, height, input rect. So for lines, we trim, we draw text, it doesn't support a specific syntax for making a view from another array. Yes, exactly. Jai doesn't support that. Yeah, because the way Jai prefers doing those things is instead of adding syntax, it just lets you kind of do it yourself as a user space function. So in this sense, Jai is a little bit closer to C, right? And I'm pretty sure Odin has the syntax, right? Odin length slice. Or does it not have? I know that Odin has default hash map syntax. Alright, so let me... does it have or it does not? I kind of... So maybe not quite. Yeah, maybe not. Let's like... Oh, it does, it does. So yeah, Odin does have it. Jai doesn't have it. So yeah, somebody asked if, you know, Jai is like Odin. This is one of the difference, right? So Jai prefers to add functionality in user space, like as macros or as native functions, procedures, and Odin just doesn't shy to add new syntax for stuff. Yes, and also on top of that, you know, what if you want to do something special with the memory? What if you want like to pre-fill the slice? Like, you know, it's just whatever. It's like at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. So I know how I can solve this issue, right? I can get window dimensions, then I can get width of the string. Where is it? Yeah, like this. Not to draw, it's just like get width. And then if width is more than dimension, I can chop, like I can insert like a line ending, judging by like the amount of like font width, because my font is monospaced, so I can figure out where I need to insert like a line ending. Yeah. So I guess we will do this now. So if details. So we have this kind of S is a inner rectangle, right? So what are we going to do? First, let's split details by line endings. Right, so details lines. Split. What the fuck is wrong with me? Nobody saw that. Syntax in HDL languages that uses input, output, and in-out keywords to define parameters directionally of use. I see what you mean. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so we do that for lines, and then for detail lines. So let's just do it stupidly first. Oh, interesting that it kind of tries to do this. Yeah, it calculates it for the input. Snap to size. I wonder why. Hmm. And I need font. So which font would I pick? I guess I will pick like log font. Yeah. So let's just do this. Font. I'll just use log font. Right, so y, not really y, it's like sy plus equals log font default line spacing. There you have it. Then I get it's like here default line spacing, and then trim equals trim right rigged it. Yeah, let's just do. Can't I just do trim right? I'm pretty sure it already handles default spaces. Right. Default spaces. Yeah, it already handles that. So I don't need to do anything like this. Bro. Oh. There you go. They fucked up my navigation in Emacs. And then we go width. So sim draw text log font, and then X and Y is gonna be s.y. Trimmed which color? Let's go sub window theme. And in sub window theme we have do you have a text color? Yeah, text it's close button. We have like a background. Maybe we use text from the button theme. And it has text color, yeah, like this. So let's just use the color that is so yeah, my theme button theme. So theme text color. Right, so theme text color. And X is gonna be, where does it get X? Just like this, inside plus a little bit of a padding. We can use s.x, I think. Right, so s.x. So how will it look like if I compile it? Wait. If detail lines. Number mismatch, type 1 at 64, type given float. Oh shit. Huh. Well, this is gonna be fun. Right, so let's me. Oh, this doesn't have details. Oh no, look at this, it tries. It tries to draw details, but then it gets overwritten. Oh, I need to preserve this. So this needs to be preserved. How do I preserve it? Do I put it on log strings or I searched for the script running featuring Jai. Last news about it is that it works on any platform that allows file association or this syntax. It works in Linux and Windows natively. I mean, in Linux it works natively. Yeah, I showed it on the previous stream. On Windows, I've never tried it. But yeah. So how do I store the situation with, you know, like... Hey Anton, thanks. Thanks, appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Like, if you know Russian language, if you speak Russian, you need to follow Anton, because he has a very cool channel. He also does like a low-level programming in some, you know, Go adjacent ecosystem, like Golang, Aleph, sometimes C. He uses like Acme editor on like FreeBSD. So yeah, if you know Russian, definitely go give him a follow and stuff like that. Yeah, hello. I can store it on log string, but I don't really... Actually, you know what? Yes, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so here, instead of display log having log string, let's just call it display log, which is gonna be like a log string, right? So we can do like and then like expand it. We can do it like this, right? And then when you do internal current log message with read, and then so let me, I guess, rename this stuff. Yeah, I do use it. Okay. Display like logs. Yeah, display logs, and then display logs. So display log is gonna be log, and then display log dot log string. We do this, and then we change everything here, and then display log. I call deeps on your next Jai beta indentation. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean I call deeps? I mean, I'm already in Jai beta. What do you mean? I'm so confused. Or do you mean if I will get to invite somebody, you want to get in? Is this what you mean? Like, yeah, I see. Well, it is unlikely to happen. There was a one-time, you know, how do you call it? Like a sweepstake, where every like beta user got to like invite a friend. It was like few years ago. I joined the beta after that. I didn't get like invited from invite a friend, but I mean I got into beta way after that, you know, after that event. So I don't know if it's gonna happen again. Uh, I think if John wants other people to invite people, he would probably just, at this point, just do an open beta. Because it is more than 1,000 people in the beta at this point. And, you know, I don't think there is a reason to expand, like, closed beta, you know, to, like, twice the amount of people. But we'll see. You never know. As I said many times, I'm not affiliated with Tekla. I'm just like a dude who uses the language. What did I fuck up? This looks like you're trying to declare a variable. Oh yeah. This should be a regular assignment. Display log is used before declaration. So this is display logs. Log string message. So display log string message. Nice. Attempt use operator display logs. Anything else? Oh, there you have it. So display log for sorting display logs. Then we sort it. A timestamp, B timestamp. Right? Now, what do we have here? If it index display logs. There you go. So now it works. Still works, yeah. And now, so when the button is pressed, or in my case, I guess it's on release, now I can set, now I can like toggle that. So, oh shit. This is a little bit problematic because sorted is a copy of an array that I sort initially, right? And so I don't think it's gonna work. I guess I need to iterate by pointer, and maybe then I can do like it that what was it called again? Expanded, yeah. Expanded, right, equals like, so then I can do this, and then if details and it expanded. Will that work, or is this like just bullshit? No, it's yeah, okay, so it doesn't modify the initial array. You see, it kind of like it renders, flickers, but then it renders back again. So that didn't quite work. So I need to change it on the initial one. Fuck. You know what's funny about it? I'm here talking about Jai while having an interview, one of the most esoteric languages in a couple of hours. I mean, TCL, I wouldn't say it's esoteric. Like tickle, that's how you pronounce it, right? It's tickle. So yeah, I wouldn't call it esoteric. Like if you're even a little bit cultured, I feel like you would at least heard about tickle. What do you use for debugging Jai on Linux? So I use GDB, but not in a command line. I use Visual Studio Code as a GDB UI. It's not the best possible UI for GDB, but it's just what I'm used to. Fuck me sideways. So what do we do here? Maybe I should. You know. Maybe I should just sort it in place. Actually, I shouldn't do it because this happens in a different thread. So this happens in a thread, like display logs get populated, and this draw procedure, they happen in separate threads. So I shouldn't sort the array in place when it might be getting modified. So I would rather like get a copy and then sort it. On the other hand, this will actually do a like mem copy of 50 items. So maybe I need to put like a lock around it instead. Maybe it's better to just like lock it. Then I won't have issues with modifying the array too. Fuck. What do I do? I mean, I can think of at least like a couple really like hacked ways to do it. But I really don't wanna. I have known about it for a long time, and it's quite famous for with hardware design tools as a scripting language. But first time for me to see full-time Tcl programmer. I've never met a full-time Tcl programmer. So for people who don't know, programming language. It's like is this a syntax? Yeah, so it looks kind of like a little bit like Ruby, if you ask me. Yeah, but it's actually I thought it's older. I didn't think it's 1988. For some reason, I thought the Tcl is like from 70s. Huh. That's a surprise to me. I swear I thought it's like it's older. So the most like I guess famous tool associated with Tcl is the UI framework called tkinter. Yeah, there is this. So this is the probably most famous thing that is associated with Tcl. And yeah, it's just like a UI toolkit that is cross-platform. And it's built in Python. I guess that's how it got super popular, because Python actually just ships with tkinter, like by default. And the theme, it kind of looks like a, some old ass Windows, which is pretty cute in my opinion. So yeah, there you go. I mean, surely you will pass an interview, so I will have an honor of knowing a certified full-time Tcl programmer. Hey Rayken, welcome. So how do we deal with it? Okay, you know what? Let's not do this for now. Let's iterate over display logs for now. So it's not gonna be sorted. Oh wait, bruh. Wait, why does it not work? Excuse me? Am I stupid? It expanded equals not it expanded. It should do auto dereference. I don't have to do it, right? Yeah. Huh. Bruh. What the fuck? So how do I do it? I mean, surely I can just do. Surely this will just work. No? What am I missing then? Oh, this is because I'm getting tired. Sorry, it's like closer to 1 a.m. I'm starting to lose my mind. So maybe we need to switch to yapping really soon. Dude. It should be outside of this condition because this checks if button was just pressed. Yes. Look at this. So yeah, I need to correct the coordinates, but we have something. Yeah. Will it actually work on sorted array? Well, first it should work, and it drove me insane. I was thinking like, why is iteration over pointers not working? So now this should just work, right? Yeah, naturally, of course, iterating by pointers work. Will it work on sort? Well, on sorted it actually probably won't work though. Yeah, on sorted it won't work because sorted array gets recreated from scratch every time. Every time. So let's not sort it for now. Figure out how to get from sorted to the original array. I remember trying tkinter back when I was 17. It was during a hackathon project. After tinkering with it for a day, I decided to switch to Lazarus because it was too hard for me to understand. Oh shit, Lazarus! I remember our uni had Lazarus. I've never personally touched it. So I've never personally touched Lazarus myself. You know what we had? So let me bring it up. Lazarus. Yeah, there you go. Lazarus ID. It's still alive. Holy shit. Can you just download it? Yeah, it's on SourceForge. Holy shit. So, fucking anime. Screenshots on Windows 11. Yeah. So, it has this like form builder, right? Where you can just take widgets. Let me expand it. You can just like take widgets and just drop them, like drag and drop them on the form. And then you can like just click on the widget and like program callbacks like on click, blah, blah, blah. Very cool thing. So I have actually personally never touched, you know why? Because our university was a huge Borland shill. And so it had like a Borland C++ like ID. Yeah, Borland C++. So our uni had this thing. Yeah, C++ builder, this one. C++ builder 2, I think 1002, if I recall correctly. Yeah, C++ builder 6, probably this one. Any screenshots? Any screenshots? Bro. You can still download it. You can have a crack for it. Yes, C++ builder is Delphi for C++, exactly. Yeah, Delphi was also from Borland, yes. So we had C++ one in our uni, and that's what we were using. Any maybe screenshots here? Like with the form editor. Yeah, there you fucking go. Of course it has to be in Russian, because I guess all unis had it. Yeah, this is how it looked like. So exactly the same shit. Also, you would just drag and drop shit on the form, assign callbacks, and you just press compile and you get an application. So yeah, it is much better than Tkinter in a sense of just user experience. And so we didn't really learn programming. We haven't really learned programming in uni. We just use this shit. Our profs would just taught us how to just throw a bunch of buttons on the form and just write a very minimal C++ to get stuff working. So we would never like free memory, we would never do anything. We would just throw shit on the form, compile it, and like go along with it. I guess it's because I haven't really studied computer science, right? I just had a different uni course that was very tangentially related. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was the shit, like, so Borland C++ and also like Delphi from them. Yeah. Good times. So how do I correctly get y coordinates here? So I don't do line spacing, so I need to add s dot. I need to add like s. So I kind of need to add button height, right? So s dot height plus like s dot. I think that's what I need. Oh, it's not height. What is it? It's just h. It's just h. So I guess that, yeah, reopen the program, blah blah blah. So even more. Oh yeah, because it uses this as an like bottom offset. So it's h plus whatever was here, right? Plus s dot h. So it's more like this, right? Yeah, there you go. So this is details. We open the program with root privileges or configure required UDEV rules. And then it opens your required UDEV rules with explanations, right? And then you can close it. Yeah. So that was the idea. Nice, right? So that's kind of the idea. And now we need to kind of think about like wrapping this shit. I mean, I guess you can just expand it, right, for now. Insane font reloading. Glitch art. Off topic, are you fed up with Gemini popping out in Google search results? I have just, yes. Yeah, I hate it. So yeah, I mean, feel free to share the filter. Yeah, I also hate it. It's like, and the worst thing about it is that my brain like instantly tries to read it, and then I have to stop myself, like, no, you know, if I am going to read AI output, I would rather like type it into like thinking mode of like Grok or Claude, because this Gemini Lite, it just straight up hallucinates shit. So I have a code in my logger module that rotates log file when it's like above a certain size. It's very stupid. It just uses send file. Yeah, it just uses send file to like slice the log and move the stuff on top, right? And I was trying to find an API similar to send file on Windows, on Win32 API, and Gemini just literally hallucinated so send file on Linux is implemented on top of how does this shit called? I forgot the syscall that does under the hood. Jesus Christ, I need to copy file range. Yeah, this one, right? So this is the Linux syscall that powers send file, and I was trying to find a copy file range but on Win32, and Gemini literally hallucinated this entire API, but it would like reformat it under like Win32 like naming conventions. It would like be like camel case copy file range like W, you know, like you would write a Win32, and it was straight up fucking hallucinated. And you just look at it and think, do I need to be mad at Gemini, or do I just copy paste this and send to Microsoft as a feature request? But yeah, let me copy it. I will add it to AdBlock after the stream. To uBlock Origin, that is. Let me... Here's my Telegram. Dude. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Add it after the stream. Thank you for the one. I am fed up of Google taking 1 second to give me results, but maybe my LSP. Yeah, sure. Right. So I guess this works. Right, so this works. On FreeBSD, send file must take a socket as the output FD. Really? Interesting. Oh, you know what? I knew that because I read send file. Right, I actually read send file manual page. Yeah, and I think it mentioned about BSD something. Over TCP socket. Yeah, there you go. If outFD refers to a socket or a pipe with their blah 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 blah. Yeah, there you go. This is the one I was talking about. Before Linux blah blah blah, outFD must refer to a socket. Yeah, since Linux 2.6.3.3 it can be any file. Yeah. Because yeah, I remember reading that and I'm it used to be only for sockets. Yeah. So I actually wanted to use copy file range, but the mode that I wanted to use directly on the copy file range, it's only supported on certain file systems. So I decided to just use basic bitch send file. Because if you go to copy file range, there was a particular mode. Which one is them? Was it like file? There was an information about supported file systems for a particular mode that I wanted. Yeah, I guess it doesn't say here in manual page, but there was something that wasn't supported on all file systems, and I just decided not to use it like raw. Just, you know, let glibc like handle it or whatnot. Yeah, so my idea is what I would just take like n last lines from the log, copy them to a new file, and then we'll keep writing on top of that. Yeah, and it's just apparently without a temporary file, without a intermediate file, right? And doing it without an intermediate file was not supported on certain file systems. I forgot which were those. I think it was BTRFS that didn't support it. And so okay, I need to use temporary file anyway, so might as well use send file, right, directly. So that was my reasoning. Do you ever feel the need to prefix functions in Jai to avoid using the wrong overload? Nah, not really. I mean, because overloads, they are separated by the input, so they get distinguished by input parameters. So for example, there is like, if you look for init, right, there is icon init, then like init and memory debugger, then there's like init that takes some other stuff, right? Init that takes like mutex, init that takes condition variable, and you just pass different shit and it gets distinguished. Like sometimes I would namespace a module, so it's not too confusing, but as a general rule, I don't really namespace. So I started recently a new project, right? Like a test runner, like a test framework, and there, as an experiment, I started. I would either how do you say it? Prefix everything, or I would only import what I use, right? Just as an experiment, right? So here I'm using only. It's kind of, if you're familiar with Python, it's like from basic like import, you know, append, array add, blah blah blah. It's literally the same thing. Or if I go to metaprogram plugin, I would just do this, right? Basic compiler str, and here I would do basic dot. So as an experiment in this particular project, I started prefixing stuff. Honestly, I don't really like it. I'm kind of enjoying just putting shit into namespace and using it. Even though, you know, if you properly namespace everything, if, you know, like stuff like array would properly namespaced in basic, you would do stuff like, you know, basic array that add, or just, you know, import array and you could do like array that add, which maybe sounds a little bit better to somebody, but yeah. So far, I don't find much use for it. What was the motivation for importing only what you use? In that particular project, it is just an experiment. Just to see if I like the style of programming, you know. And also, imagine you're like an outside reader and you don't have like LSP enabled, so you can't just like go to definition. If you look at the function, you might think, where does it come from? Or constant or anything really. Where does it come from? I don't know which module it comes from. So you can just go down below and see where it gets imported from which module. Or an alternatively, you would have to, you know, just put your cursor on the identifier, and then you need to grab it, right? Like system, you would need to like grab for it. So for people who are not very familiar with the code base, explicitly importing stuff adds to immediate readability. So you just don't have an extra step between knowing where shit comes from. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's usually not an issue because at this moment I'm very familiar with Jai modules that ship with the compiler, and I mean, obviously I am familiar with the code that I myself wrote. And here, I don't really depend on all the third-party code that I haven't written. So there is some code that Ilionte wrote for Focus Editor, but I also was like kind of around when he was doing it, and part of that code also I kind of contributed, so I'm still familiar, if not with the code itself, then with the way it's written. Like for example, if we go to this JDL module, it uses like this union approach to distinguish between like implementation of different platform layers, and it was Ilionte's idea, but I know how it works, so I'm very familiar with it. Like I studied it pretty well, so now I know how it works. That's actually the reason I prefer Go's approach over unqualified imports, unless it starts with ST. Yeah. By Go's approach, I mean, yeah, namespaces in general, I say, yeah. So in Jai, you get to choose, right? You can choose one or the other. If you like qualified, use qualified. You like unqualified, use unqualified. Your choice, as Marco Pierre White says. One of my pet peeves with Go is that it doesn't give you the choice. It's either my way, you know, or the highway. That's why I don't like Go. Or rather, this is one of my beefs with the language. There are other things I don't like about Go, but this is just one of them. Like, it's not a deal breaker, but it's just something I do not enjoy. So do we tackle line wrapping, or am I too cooked for it? And by line wrapping, I mean just letting it wrap here when I resize the window. In my particular case, it's gonna be very easy to do, right? So you just do this, you get the window coordinates, or rather like internal rectangle of a scrollable area. You can take a width of the baked string. You can say like, okay, the width is bigger than this. Then we kind of just, you know, the advance of each character in the font. And it's especially easy because the font is monospaced. And I can just artificially insert a line ending at the point of wrap. I can insert it like literally, so I can either insert it literally in the code, or I can slice the strings. I can slice strings. And I guess I can do it very stupidly by letter, and I can also do it by white space characters. In Go, you can also choose by naming your import as dot. It's so rare to somebody use it that I actually forgot this was even in the language. Huh, interesting. So it's kind of like in Python, you do like from like full import like star, and this like just brings everything into namespace. And in Python, it's like nobody never do this. Jai modules are so inconsistent. You have a bunch of overloaded init functions, but when you have array add, table add, it's pretty clear to me the default should have been to have imports be namespace by default, even if you get to choose. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I can see that, you know, at the moment. No, I mean, hopefully it will change, but yeah, now naming convention in modules is not very consistent. There was one pass across Jai modules to get like success value consistently, even though one particular instance actually got skipped, right? So now every Jai like function that returns success value tries to return it first, right? So found, it's a boolean, it comes first, so it's harder for you to skip it. But for some reason, read entire file still returns success as the last value, so it's literally an outlier. I hope it was just skipped and it's not something that, you know, John plans to keep, right? But yeah, I know that there is like, why table find is table underscore find, but then when you have init and threading module, it's not a thread init, it's just init. And also in table you also have init, right? So hash table, right? So you have init, that's just init, and the init also init, but then you have table reset. Why not just reset, right? So you can argue that it's inconsistent. Like, at this point, I don't really care myself. I can see how it can be annoying for people. Just I personally, I'm just very unopinionated about naming. What can I say? Right, so let me give it a little bit of a shot. So in draw text, in simp, I think there is also something that, yeah, prepare text. How big of a deal prepare text is? So just width in pixels. The majority of operations are namespaced by object type, so clearly whoever wrote them felt the need for namespacing. Yeah, I think it's like I guess John by default he likes unqualified names. That's probably why he felt like prefixing them makes sense, because probably he doesn't want just have, you know, find or add in his code base. He probably doesn't like dots. That's why he decided to do it, if I were to guess. So I guess if you summarize this like complaint, you would say that the way naming works across the module is very idiosyncratic, right? It is like adjusted towards a particular person's use case and preferences. And then it's like, do you agree with that person, or do you not agree? Or do you like not care? I know there is a to-do, right, before going public, to go like a swipe across modules and maybe remove some modules, like for example in the previous beta 2 modules got nuked, and to go like adjust the naming, make it all consistent, blah 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 blah. So I assume there will be like a pass like this. So let's get width as like simp prepare text. Let's log font and trimmed. Right, and what do we have? Just width, yeah. I don't like the inconsistency. I wouldn't really mind either way as long as everything follows the same convention. Looking up everything to see if it deviates for whatever reason sucks. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, yeah. I can't argue that because, like, I agree with, like, I sympathize, you know? Like, I can't, there is no, like, counter argument. It's like, it's just objectively annoying, right? It's just, to me personally, it's not a big deal. Because, so why for me it's not a big deal? Because I'm used to work in the systems that are very inconsistent. And I guess my brain just adjusted. So I worked with PHP for multiple years, and PHP is just like that. There's absolutely no logic in PHP naming conventions. Like some functions, they are just named after libc functions. Some of them like added later when they switched to like OOP approach, and it's like Java. Then they like went back, added a bunch of functional programming features, and those are named like in some fucking Haskell or whatever. And you just have a bunch of crap in the language from all over the place. And it's infinitely like backwards compatible, right? Actually, it's not. They nuke a bunch of features between some major releases. But my brain, I guess, it's just got used to it. So I don't even register it. Right? So my initial reaction when people complain is like, so what? Yeah, I agree with that. Like there definitely is some sort of like cult of personality. I also don't like that. I would say I maybe agree with like 90% of what John touches. Like that's for sure. I agree with a lot of things he says and the way he does things. But there is definitely like a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. and then like people start, you know, start treating like disagreements as some sort of like blasphemy. It's not, I wouldn't say it's something that often happens, but sometimes it happens and it is annoying. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, no, you can't criticize it, right? Out of the bed and now. I mean, no, come on. It triggers you to my core. It is because you're from Eastern Europe, right? And we Eastern Europeans, we got fucking butt-fisted without loop by different cults of personality. So I guess it's just in our guts to, you know, be like irritated by it. Yeah, he like, he doesn't care much about naming. He, you know, he said many times that syntax of the language is like low priority to him. Yeah, he explicitly like stated that multiple times. Like it is on the list, it's just like a lower priority than, for example, making context remapping good for DLLs, right? To, for example, like ARM, like assembly support, they're much higher on the list. And also, there's only really like 1.5 people working on Jai right now, right? So there's like John and there's Raphael. I don't think anyone else on Tekla really works on the compiler. I think all of them are super like busy with the game right now. And even before that. Yeah, so as a certified Eastern European, I really don't like cult of personalities. So yeah, I this is something I like super relate to. This is why I don't like when people I forgot the word in English, unconditionally like lick Linus Torvalds' butt, you know? Even when he's like, he clearly like loses the plot sometimes, people will like fucking defend him until they die. this is another one, like a big one. Also, like Richard Stallman. You can add like fucking Elon Musk, right? There's a huge cult of personality. Yeah, so there is also like hate cults for those people. So there is like two different cults, and you need to like juggle between them. Like, can't you just be a like normal person? But yeah. Speaking of, I saw your tweet about Brian Will's video the other day. Rewatched it one more time, man. It is such a great video, and so many people get triggered by it. I got like a couple people fucking in my DMs, right? Like calling me names, and like one of the dudes like said me, okay, bitch, like you were in my no hire list forever. Like consider you blacklisted in the industry, like literally. Like, what did I do to you, man? Wouldn't it be really hard to make significant changes to the syntax given the size of the code base? I mean, there won't be significant changes to the syntax. I don't think so. Like 2 of 3 cast syntaxes will get nuked for sure, but I don't see, you know, Jai suddenly changing like order of like identifier type or something like that. And your tweet spawned a discussion with Robert Martin, who tried to defend his mess about implementation for argument parser. Yeah. I saw that too. I mean, like once every like 3 months, some big like op flame war happens, and this time I just happen to be a Kickstarter with it. Yeah. Uncle Bob is definitely in the same cohort of people with like both hate cult and cult of personality, right? There are people who will defend him even when he says something like some nonsense, and there will people who will hate him even when he says something reasonable. It's just very hard. It's very hard to have a normal discussion about ideas just because of the names of people that are involved. I really don't like this. So yeah, that's totally true. Also, Uncle Bob is a very good speaker, right? He's able to like put his thoughts in such a way that it's very like hard to argue, especially when you're not like a native English speaker. I can't use language in the same like level of eloquency as him. So, for example, I feel very like uncomfortable to go into like direct confrontation with him. You know what I mean? Because he's just such a good speaker. It's like you want to win an argument no matter how you try. And in my case, I don't even engage in flame war anymore. I just put out something in the internet and see the world burn. So I don't even directly participate in the flame war anymore. I just kickstart the war now. Yeah. So how do we do it? Right, like if we more than like S to W, right? So we need to do something like this. So let's do something stupid. Let's slice the string in half. right? So S1 like slice, trimmed, index count, so like 0 counts like this, and S2 trimmed, and like S1 that counts until the end, right? Like trimmed count, something like this. Despite Martin being a good speaker, it was satisfying to read Casey pointing out that he doesn't mention performance implication too often. Yeah, that's true. You know, Casey is also a very good speaker. So yeah. So yeah, having Casey as a voice of, you know, my side of the flame war is very comforting, I guess. So then what I do here is else, right? And now I just draw 2 strings here instead of 1. So Y and not trimmed like S1, and then you do S.Y plus equals this, and then I just draw a second one, S2. Very stupid. Wait, what? Type 1 to type given. I guess I have to do this. Oh, shit at death. Thanks to the Prime. Appreciate it. Prime Gamers redeclaration of width. I actually don't even use this shit. Right, I don't even use this shit here. So something like this, right? We open the program with root privileges or configure, yeah. And then, yeah, you see, so there you go. So that's like a very like brain dead line wrapping. Consider me a text editor programmer. Perfect, yeah, perfection. Martin's style of convincing really comes from him going to some tangent about programmers being responsible for people's lives, so they should write good software, so they should buy my book. Yeah, I mean, he does speak a lot without it. He does this one as well. It also, you know, this kind of argument that oh, when a function does too much, it's hard to read. Like, don't you want like your code be more readable? Here's like single responsibility principle for you. And you know, the way I said it sounds extremely stupid, but the way he puts it like makes sense. Like you listen to him and it's like, yeah, bro, you have a point, you know. Yeah, I want my functions be readable. You know what? I guess single responsibility principle does make sense after all, you know. Yes. So this is like a brain dead way to do it. And so I guess this has to be while in a general sense, right? And you have some like offset and like a count that you will slice with. And so, right, you need to slice like trimmed from 0 to, or I guess offset. You can just do equals 0 and count equals like, right? And so you do like count times, and count like with what? So count so font, let's go back to font. Convert to temporary glyphs. So there should be like an so each glyph has width and height. Hype train started what? How the fuck did Hype train started off of 1 Prime sub? Scum train! You have a limited time to give me money, motherfuckers. Your function consists of more than 10 lines, does many things, so you are breaking SRP, yeah. You're hyping up Bob Marley, I see. My draw one frame function is like 500 lines of code, by the way. It's a single function, but it's 500 lines of code. We have character height. Motherfucker, it was so loud. Eleonte, what the fuck are you doing? I really hope those are regional priced. I really hope you didn't just dump like $50 on me. Yeah, that guy, this is true. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the support. Hey Nostrum, hello. Like never type, yeah, it's like first time chatter moment. Yeah, I appreciate again, like you're never like required to donate me or to sub or anything like that. The best thing you can do is just like watching and hanging out, but if you are so generous, like, thank you. Is EU with gets really? So just because you're in EU, you get to... That's... I hope Serbia never joins European Union. I also hope I don't get deported for saying that. Oh, maybe I can use EM width. So let's do convert to temporary glyphs. There was like something about quads. Yeah, there you go, generic quads. Oh, we have font temporary glyphs, really? And what would those be? So temporary glyphs is what? Is a glyph data. And glyph data has like X, yeah, sure. You know what else I can do? I can just have width divided by count. That will also just work. Setting new record. Keep going. Holy shit. Since the last time I saw a hype train, it got so fucking gamified. This is ridiculous. Twitch is just trying to milk money. Look at this. It's just like, so this thing, like these guys are like jumping and they're like, that's why I looked at it, because it's like distracting me. This shit is jumping there. It's like literally shaking and jumping and shaking. I mean, some hype emotes are kind of cute. I have to go now. 3:15. Yeah, relatable. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, Anton, and yeah. See you next time on my stream or on your stream. Bye bye. Have a good night. KGB Glows might have been too happy to hear that. Yeah, maybe they are. So anyway, I think this thing is like I can kind of hack it now, because I know my font is monospace, so I can do a string with is no, I still need an individual like glyph width. So glyph width equals to font temporary glyphs like 0th dot hype chest. Open hype chest. Share. Choo choo. The fuck is this? Fall damage. Insane mode. Temporary glyph 0 and width, right? Let's print it. Wait, what? Else without an if? While. Oh shit. So if with less than equals as the W, right? So we just do this. And then else, and we go while here. Like this. Log font. Let's call it S1 still. Right, so boom, we crashed. Oh shit. Glyph with 10, nice. So kill process. Boom. Actually, this is height. Never mind. I got the same thing. Damn, scammed. Literally scammed. So we got glyph with this works because what? Our font is monospaced. Also, temporary glyphs is volatile, but I think it only gets nuked when you call convert to temporary glyphs. Not sure though. Right, so we have a glyph width, and so our string width is S the W. Yeah. Tum, tum, tum. So yeah, I guess we'll do like not string, but so line equals like trimmed, I guess, right? You just print like line. Otherwise, string width like line that count times glyph width. There you go, like a width of a string. After that, you need to go, feed is something like, or like remainder maybe? Minus width, right here. You also need to have like a count of characters that you can get from here. So you get like a string, slice from line, from offset to not count, but so you get like count equals to like s count. It's like s.w. So width of our rectangle that we can fit divided by a glyph width. This is how much you can get. And then you offset to s count. Kind of like this. I was kind of recommended this video. Can you explain what you're coding? Oh yeah, so we are working. Yeah, it does. Here, I got it. So I'm using it where the fuck it is. Yeah, prepare text. It calculates the width. So it calculates the width of the entire text. And then I need to check if it's bigger. And then if it's bigger, I need to slice my string to the width that can fit. So I'm using it. But now I need to do something with this width to sort of... Yeah, so we are working on a program that's called Hitboxer. Let me comment this out. It's like a keyboard remapper program. This is how it looks like. It lets you like remap keyboard inputs, like buttons to each other with different rulings. Mainly for video games and I mean, I'm using for video games and I guess majority of my user base. You can learn more about it on GitHub. Right, so as count we slice the string, then we get like a remainder, I guess. Not really, so I need to get this width. And width is gonna be minus equal this. Yeah. And then offset is gonna be s count. And I guess this count is not needed. Yeah, so S, and then I need to draw text. So log font, s.x, s.y. And then I need to do this. Yeah, this. like this, then we do that. And this gets removed. Does it make sense? I'm too cooked for this math, I tell you. Oh, and it's not as, so let's call it like str. S count, str count. Where is S count? Yeah, there you go. The fuck, bro? Type given. Oh my god, that is fucking float. This is gonna be a disaster. So this one is float, right? Or this one is float? let's do I floor it? I can't floor it. Yes, I floor it. Yeah, so I floor it and like this, and then we just wait, what? Can't I? Okay, and then I don't think I need to do this here, so let me check. Ooh, assertion failed. Look at this, holy shit. Count equals this one, so str count gets cooked. Why? So SW with delete divide by glyph width. Oh shit. I need to do this again. Right, so something like this. So glyph width, string width, line count. Oh, this shouldn't be, no, this is a mistake. This shouldn't be in the loop. Do I even use it? Which should be... This is not needed. We get str count as yeah, and then width minus equals str count times glyph width. There you go. Still fucked. I would just current length, initial length, while current length, line length. Length, you mean like width? Width like in pixels, right? Because it can't just be like count. You know, it can't just be like string count. Wait, why is count negative? In characters. Yeah, it won't work in character. We need to convert it to pixels. This actually should probably go here, outside of the loop. Count. Am I not knowing how floor works? Holy shit, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I guess I'll just need to divide them by this thing, right? Actually, I can do something similar to what you proposed. So like line width, we can do so S.W. So width in pixels divided by. So we know, I guess like max line count, right? Width of the rectangle in a rectangle divided by glyph width. So we know how many characters can one line fit. Yeah. So we do that. Then we trim the thing. I probably don't even need this. And so, literally like while trimmed count over then max line count. Yeah, there you go. Now it's characters. Actual characters, not bytes. That's a good point. In my case, it's gonna be true, but so in this case, it's gonna be true because I'm only using plain English here, right? But you should actually use like UTF, so from Unicode, right? So Unicode. And is there like a count? So it doesn't really show me a count. It has like iter. So like next one. Yeah, I guess I can, but then I can't do this. Like I can use iter, and then inside I can just on each character I can like check. Yeah, this is like to do count Unicode characters instead of bytes. Yeah. So while this the max align count, and it's not even trim count, so count equals trim count, while count equals max line count, do s equals So there's rather str equals so this. And I guess it's like it, or like trimmed, and not offset. Like line. I guess this max line count. And then like count minus equals something like this. Right. So you get the count while it's bigger than max. You slice the line, so from what's this offset gonna be? Yeah, so equals 0. Then you do offset plus equals kind of like this. And then you just need to draw the line. Yeah, admittedly, it's like a bit too late for me to do this thing, to do such things. Line, and then I need to do this. Wait, what? Number mismatch, type given float 32. Which of them? Max line count, so let's floor this motherfucker. So yeah, it didn't quite work. Oh. So require. So it does something. It does something. So while nice Fontaine, yeah, I agree, Alex. Hello, welcome. This is a certified glitch art. I actually have no idea why it happens. I don't know if it's code in my program or if it's code like in font rendering. Yeah, I need to draw remainder. Yeah, I know. So we do the same thing. We have offset and the count. Remainder is gonna be slice trim med offset and count. Boom. Oh, reopen the program or configure, and then you like do. So it's fine here, but then it's like, okay. So it's way more like generous than it should have been. Right? It's like way more generous than it should have been. Why is it way more generous? I guess max line count is too generous, so it does like, so this is an inner rectangle width. divided by glyph width. I guess glyph width is too small. Reminds me of figuring out free type to load the right UV after making. Yeah, this is definitely like. So I'm on X11, and in X11, resizes are not perfect. So I guess there is like, as I'm resizing, like UV coordinate, they are not synchronized with the resize. So I think like Atlas probably gets maybe resized, or maybe Atlas gets recreated on every resize, right? Because I think I'm reloading fonts on every resize, and probably UV coordinates, maybe they get changed or something happens and they just like incorrectly index into an atlas. That would be my assumption, but I don't fucking know. I haven't looked into it. So yeah. Wait a second, I need to kill a bug on the wall. Motherfucker. Bitch. Excuse me. We need to commit. Get wrecked. Yeah. Got destroyed. Okay. So this isn't correct, I guess. Oh, sorry. Return my mic. So this is incorrect. It's too... max line count is too big, I guess. Why is it too big? So we have a width. So we have this width. This width. Right, so as I resize, it like should get smaller. But it only gets here, so it... right. Trim the if count, max line count. So let me print max line count. The shit. The fuck is this Emacs documentation jump scare? Right, so... so 88. I mean, it literally works. So this actually works. 3, 2, 1. Okay, max line count works correctly. What then? This one is not correct. So there's one line. It has a certain count. The count is over probably the limit. count minus equals, sure. Oh, probably this is a mistake, I think. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam. Bam. That didn't look like 80 characters wide to me. I think that width is higher than the window width. And it's clipped by the widget. Clipped by the widget. Wait, but I am using width of the widget, not the window width. So I am using here like S, which is like an inside of the scrollable region. Right, so let me check count. Or yes, I need to print it in while. Higher than the window width. This is higher than the window width. So count 74. Max line count is 80. No, this is the issue. Max line count is too big. Yeah. So max line count is 88. And count is like 74. And that's why we don't start eating it until we get to here. So max line is too big. So this is too big. So glyph width is like 10. Let's print, yeah. You know, actually what? Maybe they are in different units? Could that be the case? I mean, surely not. Surely that can be the case. So STW884, glyph 10. So 884 sounds correct because the overall window width is 900, and so 884 is, you know, like minus the scroll bar. Sounds reasonable. And if each glyph is like 10 pixels, then we can put 80, but then the string itself, did I remove the count? No, I did not. But the string itself is 71 characters. So maybe glyph width is not correct. Or, you know, it is correct. It's like, how do you say it? Maybe it's not like adjusting for the interval, you know? So you know, like maybe there is an interval between glyphs that I need to think about, like offset. Or maybe advance. So let's try it out. Glyph with, let's just print glyph data. GD and log font temporary glyphs 0. Right, it is a struct, so we can format struct. 1, 2. So we have XY with height offset and advance. What is advance in the glyph? Is this like width plus like double X offset? Right, so maybe I do like glyph like data, and then glyph data, and then max line count. We do like glyph data. We'll actually check it out. Free time glyph advance. What the fuck is this? Glyph conventions. Let us look at this together. What is an advance? Line grab. Each glyph also has distances called bearings and advances. The actual values depends blah blah blah. So let's say bearing, the horizontal distance from the current pen position to the glyph's left B box edge. Advance, the horizontal distance to increment for left to right writing or decrement for right to left. The pen position after the glyph has been rendered when processing text. Distance to increment or decrement the pen position. So this is what we need. So I think we need to use advance. I literally reading this page. Yeah. Yes. You see, we need advance. Well, what's this? It's bearing Y. Yeah, so I need to use advance, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I need to use advance. So glyph data that advance. And now this should be, where's glyph width? And now max line count is 73. Yeah. Now it's better. Look at this. Look at this epic line drop. Insane tech. I mean, we take those. So am I ready to write my own text editor now? Oh my god. I already done the hard part. Yeah. Slime count with respect to the leaf. I know, like, yeah, glyph width. Yeah, glyph width is includes a little padding around the glyph itself, called advance in free type terminology. So I can remove this. Yeah, so interesting that like it uses a weird X offset. Right, so what am I what I mean by that? So you see where it prints S, it doesn't print S at the same sort of offset where it prints R. It prints S at the very like start here. So this is weird that there is no like padding or anything like that. This is very sort of weird to me. Let me close this. Why doesn't it do it? Let me figure this out. So it draws the first one at the correct X coordinate. Then we increment the Y, but we don't patch the X. Yes, this is also... Wait a second. Is this because of this? Yes. Thank you for the insight. Fuck. Yeah, well... There you go. But why is there a white space? This is why. Hard bus. This is why, because there is a fucking white space here. So yeah, we need to trim it both, kind of, sort of, yeah, like this. So for each line we trim it. And teach me how to deal with long lines. Trying to make that quick. Yeah, this is too hard. Okay, I think we're done with music for tonight. Let me just finish it. I'm too cooked for this. Minimal width under which you don't split anymore. Yeah. We'll do that. So for now, I need like an offset. Oh, sorry, bumped my mic. Max line count. Let's do like -2. -2 is for padding from left and right edges of the inner of the scrollable area, right? And so we do like s.x plus glib data dot advance. Is this enough? Yeah, it is enough. Yeah, it is enough. Wait. I need to do the same thing with the remainder. With the reminder. Reminder. So reminder is when you remind somebody. Remainder. That is remain. Yeah, remainder. Same. So same shit here. And actually maybe, you know, maybe that is enough. Yeah, the right margin is too, like it's fine. It's fine. We keep it here. Right? Yeah, look at this. Yeah, so this is how like production one will look like. Because in debug mode I render it like this. In release mode it will be rendered like that. Also, you see there's like a white space here. So I probably want to trim these as well, right? So let me do that. Line equals like, right, something like this. And now, no? Huh. Why is it not getting trimmed? Why not? Ah, sure. Remainder needs to be trimmed as well. There you have it. Look at this. Insane. Oh, I was just a glitch. Yeah, also, I mean, ideally we should we should split by word. We should slice. We don't just slice as a fucking caveman by letter. We should slice by word here. So line should be, it's not just slice by max line count, but it's like max line count minus like the previous white space. So we need to it's like find index from right, I guess, right? Yeah, find index from right. Closest white space, find index from right, and what do we like trimmed, I guess? and substring is like this. Yeah, right. And then if not equals like what, -1, very stupid one, but here we need like max line count minus like something like this. Oh, sorry, JavaScript leaks. Wait. Oh shit. Insane. And crash. Count equals -7. Fuck. So that I guess it. Ooh. So the index from right is it returns. Oh, does it not count index from right? Interesting. Yeah, I would expect. So I guess it returns like a big index. So it returns index as if it was from left. Right? Was it like find any from right? There was also something like find index from right, starting at the right, proceeding leftward. So hello L. Yeah. So it okay. So I need to do like count minus. So there's byte and there's substring. Yeah, there's find index of any from right. There's this cool thing. So I can probably do find index of any from right and trimmed, and I can do like default spaces. Yeah, default space. I can do this. And I need to not minus, I need to max line count minus trimmed, I guess, count. Or I guess count. Right? So like this. So this should be like v rule, so not quite. Yeah, so it removes rules and v. Also, this is because of the remainder cooked, so remainder should do the same thing. Oh, so closest white space, max. Yeah, so it should not like do max line count. So yeah, so it's like to move. It's gonna be like S64, or it's gonna be yeah, like max line count. Then this will go here, we'll do this, and this is like to move actually. And then if it's to move equals to this, now we do trim, now we do draw, and then we do count offset plus equals to move, right? And count like this. So how does this looks like? Yeah, okay, so there is like off by 1 error. Look at this. Oh, so it worked for the first one, right? So boom. But then it stops working, and then at some point it crashes because a count becomes negative. Max line count minus, so count minus closest white space. So let's say closest white space is some big number. We subtract it from count, so it should be -1 here. This is our off by 1 error. Yeah, UDEV rules, you see. But then why would it start doing like this? Oh. Yeah, because when I find index of any from right, it should not be on trimmed. It should be on trimmed. No, it should be on the line. Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't trim anymore. Wait, should I? No, I should trim. No. I should trim because the way I want it to work is I wanted to find this white space next time. So next time I get to the letter here, I wanted to find like this white space, the closest one. I don't think that the issue is trimming. Right, like even if I don't trim it, I don't think it's gonna change. Yeah, you see, it's not gonna really change. Yes, so if I don't trim, I guess I don't need this -1, right? So that's what you're saying. Oh, not quite. Wait. No, I still need it. I still need trim left. I at least need trim left. No, let me keep it trimmed. Just easier for me to think about it. What I really need to is when I wrap around, I need to find index not from the initial string, but like I need to find it from the slice, so from the previous line. Yeah. Can I start from somewhere? So string bytes. Yeah, so can I have like a start index? To do support start index as well. Fuck. Okay. Nice. So this is what I need. I actually just need started index. That's what I need. So I can like put like this here as a started index, or like offset. So, or rather, it's not gonna be offset. It's gonna be like count minus offset. So it works. Cursor is count minus 1. So count minus 1 and maybe minus offset, right? So can I just like put it here and is this how it works? I'm like completely YOLO in it now. And started index is gonna be offset. Oh, offset is from left, so it's not gonna work probably. Yeah, it's not gonna work because this offset is different. So it needs to be like the oh, it needs to be count. It needs to be count, and this means that it needs to be you could use a copy of the string, just the struct pointer plus length, not the data, and increment the pointer decrement size every time you draw the line. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So instead of tracking offset and count, I can just copy the string here, and instead of doing this, I'll just do it on that. Yeah. Yes, that's gonna be easier. That's gonna be easier than yeah. Offset is always 0, and I don't need to customize the function. I can just use the regular one. Yeah, you're actually right. That's much easier. Thank you. It's funny though that I like I got myself into a to-do in the module. Where was it? So not doing this. I just do line trimmed, and then yeah, I do line closest white space. To move, I have this, and then line. I don't do that. I just literally do. Uh, do I do? Do I do it here? Do I do math here? No, it's like to draw line Wait, no, this doesn't make any sense. I do the line, I do all of this math. No, but how do I track, if I do this, how do I track the remainder then? So I find space. I get the index by how much to move. I can like modify the line here, so I can just literally remove the count. Cool. And I will draw the correct line. But then I still need to get like the remainder of the original string. I will also need to, if I get here in the loop, so I guess I see what you mean. I need to bump like data pointer. Yeah, I'm too tired at this point to think about it. I should have finished the stream like half an hour ago. After I got like initial version working, I shouldn't have started doing wrapping by word. Yeah, yeah. So I do line count. So I get like to move. So I draw from 0 to here. Yeah, okay. You know what? I just like, I'm like done. I'm like totally done. Yeah, so it just like I look at the letters and they don't go into my brain. I'll probably just wake up tomorrow. Just, it will take me like 5 minutes to rewrite this loop or something. And I'll be going my day because yeah, I literally don't like it's just yeah, I'm completely out of brain juice. Yeah, I'll probably leave it. Let me roll back it a little bit. Like here, so it still compiles. No, from right. I think this is the one, right? That worked. Yeah, this is the one that worked first time. Yeah, first word and then until it crashes. Yeah. So let me leave it in this state so I can finish it tomorrow. Yeah. Actually, let me also commit it. There's like a bunch of changes here. Oh. Sometimes like a man just has to know where to stop. It was a good day. I did more than I could have expected. So let me do sorta kinda log details. Yeah, let me push it. Pushing broken code to master. Let's go. Yeah, I'm so done. I'm not even gonna find anyone to rate. So if you want to watch anybody else, go find somebody yourself. I'm just like fucking straight to bed. Like chair, bed. Well, I'm gonna brush my teeth first, I guess. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate the company. If I am not too tired, I will see you tomorrow. Yeah. Stay tuned and all that crap. Really appreciate all the support. Thank you for gigantic amount of subs, Leonte, and Ed for the Prime. And yeah, bye bye everyone. Have a good night.